Dear students, today we are going to study chapter 1 in physics, electric charges and fields, grade 4. What do you observe in this figure? You can see a plastic comb which attracts small pieces of paper. How it is possible? What is the reason behind this? If we just take a plastic comb and try to attract small pieces of paper, we can't. It will not attract small pieces of paper. Then how it become possible? Okay. In second figure, you can see it. This plastic comb attracts small pieces of paper only because it acquires some charges. And how it acquires charges? For that, we rub this plastic comb through our dry hair. So the electrons from our hair, it will transfer to the plastic comb. Now this plastic comb become negatively charged. Okay, the electrons from our hair, it transfer to the plastic comb. Now this plastic comb acquires some negative charges and it becomes a negatively charged body. It becomes a charged body. And this paper, actually it is an uncharged body. So a charged body can attract uncharged body. So after rubbing this plastic comb through our dry hair, it acquires uh, some charges. So this charged comb can attract small pieces of paper. But before rubbing, the plastic comb cannot attract that pieces of paper because it was neutral. Neutral means before rubbing, the plastic comb contains equal number of positive and negative charges. But after rubbing, it acquires some charges. That's why this plastic comb attracts this small pieces of paper. Why does a comb run through dry hair attract pieces of paper? When a comb is rubbed with a dry hair, it acquires charge due to static electricity. Static electricity means stationary electric charge produced by friction. That means here friction means here we rub this plastic comb through our dry hair. So due to that, electrons transfer to the plastic comb. It becomes negatively charged, and the charges developed on that plastic comb. It will not move from one point to the another. Okay, it will reside that point itself. Okay, so such uh, charges are called a stationary electric charge. Then this charged comb exerts an electric force on tiny pieces of paper which is uncharged. Hope now you understood why does a comb run through dry hair attract pieces of paper. Let's study what is charge. Let's study it in detail. Before that, please observe this figure. So what do you observe in this figure? So here a glass rod which is rubbed with the silk is suspended, and it is suspended using a silk thread, and this glass rod it is positively charged, and we brought another glass rod near to the first glass rod, and the second glass rod is also positively charged. And if we brought two glass rods of same charge, which means positively charged glass rods together, it will repel. Okay. Then second figure, what you can see, a plastic rod which is also suspended using a silk thread, and this plastic rod is negatively charged. And here we have a second plastic rod which is also negatively charged. So here these two plastic rods are of same charge. Okay. So these two plastic rods will repel each other. Okay. Then observe the third figure. Here a glass rod is suspended using a silk thread, and glass rod is positively charged, and we brought another rod, plastic rod which is negatively charged. So if you brought this plastic rod close to the glass rod of positively charged, you can see this glass rod and plastic rod, they are oppositely charged. One is positively charged, another is negatively charged. So these two opposite charged bodies will attract each other. Okay. So that is shown in this figure D. So here you can see the two positive charges, it will repel each other, and figure E, it shows two negatively charged bodies, or two negative charges, it will also repel each other. And in the last, one negative charge and one positive charge. Here it is positive charge. So one negatively charged body and one positively charged body will attract each other. Okay. So like charges repel and unlike charges attract each other. Okay. So here, it is also shown the same two charged bodies. See glass rod, how the force exerted at this direction is shown here. These two forces, these two glass rods of same charge, two positively charged glass rods, we brought close each other and it will repel. Okay, a force direction it is shown in opposite direction. Okay, in second figure, one glass rod of positively charged, one ebonite rod, or we can consider a plastic rod of negatively charged. These two oppositely charged bodies will attract each other, and here the direction of force is shown here. One is okay. So these two oppositely charged bodies will attract each other. So we can conclude that electric charge. So it is a basic property of matter which is responsible for all electric and magnetic interactions. Okay. Then based on charge concept, an electrified body may have any one of the two possible type of charges. Scientist Benjamin Franklin named the two types as positive and negative charge during electrification. That means when we means acquiring charges. That is the meaning electrification. So during electrification, a transfer of charge takes place via the transfer of electrons. At first, we saw one example: a comb, plastic comb, rubbed through the dry hair. That time, the electrons from our hair transfer to the comb. So their electron transfer. So due to the transfer of electrons, the plastic comb becomes negatively charged. So that process is known as electrification. So during electrification, transfer of charge takes place via the transfer of electrons. Okay. So in that example, that plastic comb gains electrons from our hair. That's why it becomes positively charged. At the same time, our hair loses electrons. So our hair becomes positively charged. So the body that gains electron becomes negatively charged and the body that loses electrons become positively charged. Hope you understood the concept in